story.
No, I love it. It's lightly sparkly. It's not too sparkly. The Stella Rose is lovely.
I'm not the wine expert that you should send to them. Okay, anyhow.
I am perfectly delighted. Thank you.
Oh, yay. $3.99.
$3.99. We like that. It's not $2, Chuck. We're way classier than that.
But remember,
It's
regular
$4,
price,
Chuck.
$10.99.
Yeah, regular. She went to the discount wine store, so.
So you learn these things. It's very important.
Well, I'm here to talk to you today about starting over. And we just figured we'd keep this casual and we'd hang out and have a snack and we'd have some wine. And
Welcome to my kitchen.
this is my friend Sean Diddy. Welcome to Sean's Kitchen. And let's just go.
So, all right, you posted something the other day and I saw it, and like 40,000 people saw it,
Yes.
about,
I posted a video where I was talking about starting over. And I was literally talking about starting over my exercise routine because I had fallen out of it when I was working on a TV show. And you got to kick your butt back into gear. And I think we all sort of beat ourselves up. And we're like, oh, I didn't work out, I'm a terrible person, or I went off my diet, I ate carbs, I'm a horrible person. And to just sort of...
here, wait, let me take a glass of my wine while you said that. What?
Yes, I would like some wine too. Cheers.
Oh, we need to get you more.
We do need more.
But yeah, so everybody kind of falls off.
They fall off,
a
and then
routine.
they beat themselves up, and they think they're terrible, and they angst over it. And don't angst over it, just get back to it. Don't beat yourself up. Don't go, oh, I shouldn't have. It's past. It's done. Move on. Move forward. So that was my whole thing, and just starting over again, and that's okay to start over again. And a lot of people tuned into that video, which made me realize that I think people want to hear about starting over. And I started my life over when I was 50.
And not just a little starting over.
Not
You
just a little starting over. I did a big starting over, and I'm going to get some wine.
Okay. So I put wine in the freezer because I was trying to chill it. And and that's not going to work. Welcome to Sean Diddy's kitchen. This is the kind of thing that happens.
It's cold.
There's a different one in the fridge.
Just let that. Just thaw that out.
When you put wine in the freezer, might want to set a timer. So anyway, you have been an inspiration to me. Thank you for digging in. I think it's in the way bottom crisper drawer.
Oh, okay.
And hopefully not frozen. When I'm starting over too, and when I mentioned to you, here, I'll open this while you tell your story. But I mentioned starting over, and you were the one friend that was totally calm and said, oh, you can do it. And
Yes.
I think that's why we're talking about it, is you can do it too, whether it's a divorce or in my case, now I'm an empty nester. But you moved. Tell us your whole deal.
I was working in Arizona, and I was doing a job that took up way, way, way too much of my life. It gave me no work-life balance, and I was very, very unhappy, and I was drinking way too much vodka that I would buy the big bottle of vodka at Costco, and I would consume that every night because I just had to make myself go to sleep and then get up the next day, and I finally went, this is not the life that I want for myself. So I moved back to California and I quit my job. And I remember the moment, because I kept the job because I kept thinking, well, I need to just get back to California. I need to get back to being an actor. So I moved back, but I still had the job, and I did the job for 3 days. And on the first day, I was literally washing something, and it just came to me that as long as I am doing this, I will never, ever get to do any of the things that make me happy. I will simply be nonstop working to make money, to pay bills, but not have any pleasure or joy in my life, and that is not how I want to live. So I sent a note to my boss. I quit. And I had no idea what I was going to do. And I really didn't have any money in savings. I didn't have any backup plan. I just quit my job. and I lived on my unemployment for 6 months. Now,
okay, but you quit that job, so the unemployment was from acting and other
it was
jobs?
from acting and from other jobs. Because I've been working since I was 15, so I've had a gazillion jobs.
And that's the thing. I think I get like, oh my gosh, I don't want to take a handout or help. That's not a handout. You paid into that.
You pay into that.
Life.
That is, I worked hard for that, so I wasn't living off of anyone. It was money that I put into it, and I think we all kind of need to remember that we have paid for that. We have earned the right to be unemployed for a short time, to get your shit together.
Amen.
Sometimes we got to get our shit together. Unemployment got me $1,800 a month to live on. My rent is over $1,200 a month. That didn't leave me a lot of money. And not for a very long time. It was very lean. I realized, get that wine going.
Oh, okay. You talk, I'll find the opener.
Yes. I realized that I had to give up my car because there was no way I was going to be able to do a $600 car payment and insurance and all of that on no income. So got rid of that and took the hit on my credit, which then meant I had to walk everywhere. And I decided that walking was going to be my exercise plan and that I would just work it into my day. Whatever errands I had to do would be part of that walking.
Which explains her legs. But
so that really helps. Thank you. Yes, it did help a lot.
And your mental state, I would think,
yes.
Because then you're exercising. And isn't it funny, whether you liked it or not, the universe said, hey, let's get you back
exercise.
into this.
And it was really good for me to do that and to get out there and to just develop this healthy habit. Meanwhile, I rescued a litter of feral kittens. These 3 black kittens were found in an alley, and I said, sure, I would foster them and get them used to humans and find homes for them. And it was the month of October.
You keep talking.
Okay.
No one needs to see this.
I know, we're all awkward with the, there's just no good way. There's no pretty way to do it. I know there are like fancy tools you can get, but I've never owned them.
I'll come back when you get through the kitty story. I'll have this open.
So I got these 3 kittens, and these 3 little black kittens, and I had them for the month of October because they couldn't be adopted in October because people do mean things to black kittens, and they were not happy. These 3 creatures wanted me dead. And they lived in my bathroom for a month. Every time I would go in to pee, there were these 3 creatures just glowering at me, wanting me dead, and I called them the Devil's Minions. And I named them Devil's Minion 1, 2, and 3 because I didn't want to get attached to them. I did get attached. I kept one. That's my cat, Sequel. Devil's Minion 2, Sequel. That's how that happened. But I thought that these kittens were 10 weeks old. Cats form their opinion about everything in life in the first 6 weeks, and so they were too far gone. But I thought this was a good use of my time to just sit and be and hold these wild animals and just hold them to my heart and let them feel affection, let them feel love, let them just feel peace and what a human is, what it's like to be with a human. So I spent a month just doing that. But that was sort of my first month of unemployment.
And we all were watching you on social media, by the way, with the black kitties. And it was all I could do. I literally was like, I really want one. But at the time I had a cat, and you did great with them, though.
They did really well.
So cute.
They're so cute. So after I found homes for them. I kept the one. Didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, but knew where I wanted it to go, and just left myself open to possibilities. And at that point, I also cut off all my hair and bleached it out white and stopped coloring it and let the gray come in. This was all right at the time that I turned 50. This was all like within a couple of weeks of my 50th birthday, so a lot of stuff going on right there, a lot of emotional stuff. After I let my hair go gray, I didn't know what colors to wear. And so I had to reinvent myself from just a purely purely physical perspective. And I looked in magazines, because that's what we do as women. From the time that we're 13 years old on, we go and we get Teen Vogue, and we get Cosmopolitan, and we get Vogue.
And now they go online and they swipe and
yeah,
look.
But you look at all these things, and that's how you get your own sense of self-worth and how you're supposed to dress and how you're supposed to be. And there were no women with silver or gray hair at all in any of these magazines. And that's when I realized I'm in this industry that is supposed to be showing people what you're supposed to do. I'm in that industry and I can't get the information. So I thought, I will do a YouTube channel and I will start doing that. Because I knew that it was possible to make money from a YouTube channel. I knew that some people did that. I didn't really know how to go about it. And I set up an affiliate account on Amazon so that I could sell something. Because I thought, well, I will just talk about products that I use and products that I like, and I will put links, and maybe people will buy them, and maybe they won't, and maybe I'll earn some commission, and maybe I won't, and let's see what happens. And I remember looking around going, what do I have? Oh, okay, here's some pimple medicine that it still looked like it was a nice new bottle and I could show it, as opposed to everything else, because when you're broke, everything is very well used.
It's an art, the tube of toothpaste.
Yeah.
This is an art.
Yeah, you've got to you take that and you flatten it out, you get every last bit out of that. And let me have some wine.
Yes. Madame.
Center myself.
I cannot attest to the quality, but
wait, let's do that.
The friendship will be good.
Here. Is it supposed to? It's Stella Rosa. It's supposed to be bubbly.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I was going, it's spoiled.
Ooh, sorry, you don't
No, that's
do
fine.
bubbly.
I can do it. I just may belch on camera, so, y'all will have to deal with that.
True friends. Cheers.
Cheers.
You can drink whatever you want, whether you want to do a hot chocolate or coffee, or next time I'll get you non-bubbly wine.
No, but the Stella Rosa is lovely.
Had non-bubbly wine.
Look, it's almost defrosted.
Froze.
It's going to be super tasty. It's going to be nice and cold.
It's a wine popsicle.
I like that.
Okay, back to reinventing yourself.
So, reinventing myself. Deciding I wanted to do the YouTube channel, focusing on that, but at the same time, I only had income coming in for 6 months, and it's starting to go away, and it's just not enough money to live on. I ended up falling a little further behind and a little further behind, a little further behind every month that I was living on unemployment, because it just wasn't quite enough. And it didn't cover all the bills, and it certainly didn't cover food. And it was literally this time last year that I did not have enough money to buy food. And I had photo shoots that I don't ever show anyone any pictures from those photo shoots, because I was so skinny from all the weight that I lost, I didn't want people to see them.
Welcome to allergy season in Los Angeles, by the way.
So I ended up having to go to a food bank, and I didn't even own a car, so I had to humble myself so much that I would call a friend to drive me to the food bank so that I could get enough food so that I could stay alive for another month. And I got food from the food bank for 3 months, and it was not always good food. There was some chicken that was just, but I ate it because it was food to stay alive. And the week that my unemployment insurance ran out and there was no more money, there was no more income coming in, was the first week that I made money on YouTube. Now, it wasn't much. It was $300. It was not a lot of money. That's not going to cover my rent, but but it gave me hope. It gave me hope that I was on the right path, that if I just kept doing what I was doing, eventually I could make it pay off and at least pay some of the bills. I just wanted it to become my day job, that it would allow me to still be the actress that I am and still pursue my dreams and do the things that make me happy. I literally had a moment where I wasn't able to have fresh produce, and I was starting to get early symptoms of scurvy. Because I didn't
carrots.
have.
Do you need a carrot?
Because I didn't have
Wait,
any fresh
carrot?
produce.
No.
All of it.
Okay, we can do that.
But so my health was deteriorating from being so impoverished. And I remember when I got a sponsor for videos, and it was juices, a juice company. And I remember when they agreed to sponsor me and send me some juices to do this, and I called my mother saying, I'm going to live. I'm going to make it. I have juices. I'm getting nutrition. I'm going to pull through. And I think that's so important for people to know.
Yes. And
you're going to make it. You're going to pull through. Eventually, it did start making enough money to pay my bills. I'm still not getting rich on it. I know you hear about YouTubers that are getting rich. I'm not one of those. I almost cover my rent, but that allows me to be able to get acting jobs that will get me the rest of the way there. And the most important thing that I got from that year because it was over a year that I just didn't have any money, is you really learn how to live with nothing. To just, all those days you go shopping and you go to the mall and you don't really need to do that. It's not getting you anything. It's not really buying you happiness. You can buy expensive makeup, you can buy cheap makeup, you can buy no makeup. It doesn't matter. The money, the price, none of that is going to give you the happiness. And having to work that much more in order to buy those things is certainly not going to give you happiness.
We've talked about we've both done this, maybe you've done this, but the set of 12 dishes and the guest room. Now, we've both done it. I have a girlfriend who's younger than we are who has said, oh yeah, I've got this set of 12 dishes, but I'm working so hard to pay my rent for the guest room where I can't invite anyone over, and I'm never home because I'm always working. I'm never going to have 12 people over for dinner. After you go through something like that, you realize, okay, how about one good pal and you hang out and have a nice dinner?
Yeah.
And we're so thankful for it. And you've done some great, cool acting things since you've been back in LA. It's funny how you minimize it, and she's very humble, but things kicked in. You did pretty darn well, and you've got hundreds of thousands of followers now on YouTube. It's not like it's tiny. You've done good.
It's growing, and it's done well. And I think the thing that I want to convey to people is that I had nothing. And when I started my YouTube channel, I never had made, I had a few videos that friends had helped me make, friends had shot for me, friends had edited for me. But when I started doing my YouTube beauty videos, I learned everything from scratch. I didn't know how to import something from my phone onto my computer. And I didn't know how to add sound to it, and I didn't know how to edit it, and I didn't know any of these things. And I learned step by step. And if you watched my videos from when I first started, you could see as I learned. You can literally track, oh, she learned how to put text on there today. Oh, she learned how to put music on there today. Oh, she learned how to make a cut. Hey, the Ken Burns effect, look at that, woo! And I'm still learning, and so many times we feel lost, and we feel without hope, and we feel like, I can't do it. I created a living. I created a living that makes me happy from absolutely nothing, with just hard work and making myself do it, making myself learn the things, and I want to give other people hope that they can do that too. You don't have to go out and get that degree. You don't need $1 million. You don't need it. I mean, you can make things with just your mind and determination and hard work.
And you took the first step.
Yes.
Was start over.
Just do it. Just start over.
Cheers.
Starting over.
Thanks for your encouragement. And it's very doable. And the more I listen to you, and if you're starting something, whether it's just a whole new life, like you said, a brand new job, maybe the first step is being willing to step away from the old life. And that's what you did. And I think that's when I said, oh, I'm about to start over. You're like, okay.
Yeah. When you said to me, I'm moving to Tampa. Do we want to talk about that?
Too late now. Hey, I'm moving to Tampa.
No, we can edit that out.
No, we can leave it. You're going to know. But no, I'm literally moving from Los Angeles to Tampa, and I texted, because God forbid we talk on the phone.
I know, we're always texting.
But you're very encouraging, and I know you may have those friends and family who may say, oh, that's scary, that's hard. Find the one friend, whether it's watching your YouTube channel, somebody who says, you can do it. Just do it. And I think that's a good way to kind of wrap up your story, is I think you have proven, by telling the truth, it wasn't easy. It was hard.
It was hard.
So when it gets hard for me, you're the person that I call, because you can say, been there, and you know what? It got better.
Yeah. It was really hard. And it's funny because I talk to people now, and they say, I had no idea. You should have called me. But you know, when you're going through that, you don't tell anyone. You don't call anyone. It's private. When you're that desperate, I didn't have much of a social life still, even though I was here in LA, because if somebody called and said, hey, you want to go out to dinner, I couldn't afford dinner. I couldn't afford to get there. You know, I couldn't afford the Uber ride. So, you know, it's hard when you're going through that. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of friends would have helped, but I wasn't willing to burden them with that. And if I had to do it all over again, I think that would probably be the same. I don't think I would do that. But that's me. If one of my friends came to me and they said, I can't afford food, I would, let's go to the grocery store. Absolutely. But I wouldn't have asked for it. Pride.
Well, I don't even think that pride is the word. I think sometimes we're just embarrassed, and I think we blame ourselves and wonder, how the hell did I get here? How did this happen to me? And we talk about, like, I have a master's degree, and there have been times where I've been in between jobs, or I've gone places and I've gone, how in the world did I get here? And I don't really want to tell anybody I'm there, because I'm more mad at myself.
And we all, especially with social media, we all on social media present the best life. I am living my best life, and I have no problems. And everything we show on social media is how awesome our life is. And when I look at your social media posts, your life looks amazeballs.
Because it is amazing on Facebook.
And, you know, every one of my friends, their lives look so much better. And so then we're harsh with ourselves. It's like, oh, she has this, but I don't.
And we talk about this a lot, about mentoring younger women as they come up in this business and other businesses. And I think the best thing we can do for each other is tell the truth.
Yes.
You know, I've told the truth to one of the gals that I'm mentoring, and she's 10, almost 15 years younger than me. And I explained about a mortgage. She came to a house that I had once, and it was nice. And I said, the bank owned that. I paid them every month. And she literally was like, oh, but you're on TV. And I'm like, yeah. And the check that I got from being on TV paid the bank every month. It didn't dawn on her that at her age, you know, she's paying rent and she's trying to save for a home. Perfectly acceptable. The picture she had of me at that age was not a real picture.
Yes. And
by me telling her, no, the truth is I had to go get a mortgage. I had to work that job because I had to keep a roof over our head. It lightened her up a lot. And it made me realize, if we just tell each other the truth, we help ourselves too.
Yeah. So I think that's a good, valuable lesson for all of us. Stop lying to each other. Stop lying to yourselves. Be honest, because we all go through it. And when you see others going through it, you feel better.
And then they do get to the other side, and then that's the fun part, when you get to invite your girlfriend over to your kitchen, and we joke about, this is from TV shopping, and that's from TV shopping.
Yes.
And then it's fun again. But there were some valleys in between the peaks to get here.
We are going to talk about that on our next episode. I encourage you, whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, don't feel like you're lost. Don't feel like there's no hope. You can reinvent yourself. You can start over. It's never too late. You're never too old. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Drop your comments down below. Love you bunches.
Hold please for Carrot.